So Mr. Rashid, I feel like, when you and I were in Tears for You, the learning style was different. And I will say in some ways it was challenging because we had to go through more amounts of work and contents and length of videos
Right.
to learn the entire concept. What are your thoughts on, Mr. Ahmed just gave us a walkthrough of how the platform is set up now. How do you feel about Tears for You offering this one-on-one private boot camp for a more personalized learning experience? What do you think about this approach? Would you think it would have benefited you, and how do you think it will benefit students?
Yeah, definitely this will benefit the students because the contents are there all the time. So you have the flexibility to watch that on your own time. Like, so you don't have to do it on specific time, right? Whenever you have time, whenever you have 30 minutes, 20 minutes, that watch like a couple of slides and then work on it and do hands-on. And then since it's already set up by expert like Shahid Bhai, like Shivlu Bhai, it's already there, right? So you just follow this. If you follow this from beginning to end, I think there is no way that you can fail. Definitely you will succeed. You will
I
get
agree.
success. Yeah.
So I agree. So I think you mentioned about the flexibility, right? So we
Yeah.
also make some changes there. Let me show you that so you'll understand. So yes, we call the flexibility, right? But still we do something different, Kaisar. So we actually bring to the calendar and every student they join, we actually take their availability immediately.
Oh, okay.
So that's the part of the government. So they are not just, yes, flexibility is there, early morning, late night, but we still take their commitment that you are 4 hours or 5 hours. You have to
Mm.
give you time. You're only Friday off. Other than that, 6 days you're available. So what do you think about this approach? Because one of the tendency as being Asian people, flexibility, we're thinking,
Right.
well, I can be late night, early morning. But that's not the flexibility.
Right.
Flexibility also, to my opinion, also have a precise timeline. That's called the flexibility.
Right.
So what do you think about this approach? That's the making someone precisely allocated their timeline for the bootcamp, focus on the content. What do you think about this?
Yeah, definitely this is a good approach. Like say if you're determined that you're gonna do it, so you have to find some time because there is no way, no shortcut. So like say you have to figure it out, okay, I have to spend some time for this during the day, and then if you can find out that time, and this will help them to be specific on their like time management. Actually, time management is important in real world, in corporate world. Time management is one of the most important thing because you have to give like update to your manager on time, on timely manner, big manner. You have to be there in the meeting on time, so the time management is very important. So if you can maintain the schedule like the Sulwa is setting up, so this will help you in future for maintaining your time management.
Got it. So I have a quick follow-up question now.
Yeah.
I don't. It never went with you, so don't take yourself in this because you are even got disappointed with some of your teammates sometimes. So one
Yeah.
of your teammate, he knows the 10 a.m. the sync up time, right?
Yeah.
And most of the time he joined 10:30, or he doesn't even join, or he doesn't tell anybody else why he didn't join, right? What do you think about those? What do you advise to those like the team members in the corporate world?
If I'm a manager, like because I was a manager before, right? So I know that I handle those situations, right? First thing that people have a lot of problem in their life. So he may have some problem that you can solve, you can help him. So personally talk to the person that what is going on, right? He may have some problem that he cannot handle, so you can provide support to him, and then this talk to him. So when you talk, the solution comes, the problem comes, then when problem comes, then solution also comes, right? So if one of your team member is like this, I think the first thing is to talk to him, because if you have 5 members and because of one members your team is like like facing problems, then you have to talk to him, try to figure out what is the problem. If and after discussing with everyone, if he has another specific time, like say he cannot make it at 10, maybe he can make it at 10:30, maybe he can make it at 11. Try to solve this like with the talking to other like members, like okay, if that is possible or not. If not, then you have to find another way to talk to him, like okay, yes, you have to make it because this is important. And if it is real time, or like say I have a 10 a.m meeting and I'm telling my manager that I cannot make it, it's not possible in corporate world. maybe in training, yeah, it is possible because it's not corporate. But in corporate world, you cannot say that I have another meeting at 10 a.m. personal meeting that I cannot join at 10 a.m. stand up. That is not possible. You have to make it because you're professional. You have to handle it professionally.
So yeah, that's a good point, and I agree with you. The answer is correct. But if someone is just being lazy, less committed, like that as you just said it, the last, you can do it here, but you cannot do it in the corporate world.
Yeah.
How, if you do something, it becomes your habit, right? You
Yeah.
become who you are. If you keep doing the same thing here, do you think you will be suddenly become fake to change overnight? Don't you think there's some habit you are carrying over from here? So
Oh yes,
isn't it better
definitely,
to be
definitely.
better here, right?
Yeah.
The said, hey, I'm sorry, late today because I was busy on something else. Again, this is the unintentional mistake. But
Right.
if someone has intentionally, they're doing it, again,
Yeah.
not being serious and not holding themselves accountable, not being responsible, you think they should change,
No,
right?
like if you are doing it intentionally, 1 or 2 day personal emergency, which is fine.
Mhm.
People have emergency, people have problems in life, they have to solve it, right? But if you're doing it intentionally over the time, that is not acceptable. You cannot do it. If you're doing it now, you'll do it in future because this is a habit. So you have to change your habit. If you have a member like this, member has to change, not the team. You have
Yes,
to cope up with your team, not cope up with your member.
that
So
is that.
member has to change their habit, member has to change their laziness. So there is no other way. Like you have to change it.
You have to prioritize, right? You have to
Like you have
change.
to prioritize. Like if you have a 10 things to do in your life, so 10 things are not same, doesn't have same priority, right? You
Mhm.
can prioritize that, okay, this is number one, this is number two, this is number three, this is number four. But if doing this is your number four, then you don't do it. Forget about it. If it is, this should be your number one priority because you are already decided to switching your career. And then this your like everything is depending on your career, your family, your kids, your future. So if this is not your number one priority, then forget about it.
Yes, you have to change it, basically. That is true. And he mentioned, because he has a previous skills about the project management, so he knows the super important value of the time management and the priority. It is actually everyone needs nowadays, okay? Because hey, the technology is not going to replace you. Someone is more prioritized and disciplined than you, they will replace you if you are not changing yourself. Basically, technology is not going to change you because they took the advantage. And most of the things is comes with our day-to-day life and behavior. So prioritization, discipline, these are super important. Regardless what you do, where you do, when you do, you have to scan the priority, and then based on the priority you do things. Thank you.